You join me today at the halfway stage of the championship season as we focus on those playoff places. Hello and welcome to episode 75 of To Be a Legend. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you, as usual, two games at the halfway point of the championship season. We play Brentford, currently fourth in the table. At home, we entertain them, and then we're away at Ashton Gate for the Bristol City match. And as you know, I'm a Bristol City fan, so that's why we're featuring Bristol City twice in two episodes. Beat them last time out. Can we beat them at Ashton Gate? We will find out today. But before we proceed any further and bring you up to date on what's happening since you were last with us, it's time for the third round. I'll say that again. It's time for the draw for the third round of the FA Cup. And I'll pass you to past Mark for that said draw. Thank you to Future Mark, and here is the draw for the Emirates FA Cup third round, and the first time for a while we haven't had to play the earlier rounds, and let's have a look at the draw then. And I'm not sure whether we want a big team or whether we want any team, I guess. Bromley first out then. Bromley of the Vanarama National League, I'm guessing. Yeah. They will play Fulham of the Premier League. So a very good tie for Bromley. That'll bring them in some money. Underdogs versus Giants. Aston Villa of the Premier League will play Newcastle of the Premier League. Bristol City at Ashton Gate will play Boreham Wood. Vanarama National League North. So the Minnows up against Bristol City in that one. Bournemouth will play Derby County or Peterborough. Manchester City will play Middlesbrough. Sheffield Wednesday will play Luton Town. Huddersfield will play Liverpool. A North match, but on opposite sides of the Pennines. Cardiff will play Swansea. You couldn't have put money on that coming out, could you? A draw there. It's all a South Wales derby, and that's going to be a right ding-dong. Sunderland will play Wolves. Chesterfield of League One will play Barnsley, also of League One, an all League One match there. Burnley of the Premier League will play Tranmere Rovers. Burnley playing Tranmere Rovers. Watford will play Everton. Queen's Park Rangers will play Bristol Rovers. Portsmouth, they're going to play Crystal Palace. A Premier League team playing a Championship team. Chelsea, from our other save, they're going to be playing Norwich, who we beat last time out. In the last episode, that is. Blackburn will play West Ham. Rotherham going to play Swindon Town. Swindon, are they in League 2? They are. Rotherham are in League 1. 30 teams still left in the draw. Plymouth will play Coventry. Exeter City, they're going to play Nottingham Forest. A good tie for Exeter City there. Exeter City in League 2. Bit of a money spinner. Lincoln City. They're going to play Oldham Athletic. Blackpool. We're going to play Buxton. As we lost to them just recently at Blackpool, we got a chance to seek revenge in that one. Again, could have put money on it, I guess. Right, we're not going to do any more draw. We're going to finish it up. Brighton last out. Go down here very slowly in case you're looking for your team. Blackpool versus Buxton. Arsenal playing Birmingham. Leeds, Southampton. Brentford, Salford. Sheffield United, Millwall. Wigan or Milton Keynes Dons play Hull. Man United play Notts County. Stoke play Reading. Tottenham play West Brom. Mansfield or Gillingham will play Ipswich. Leicester will play Cheltenham. And Brighton will play Rochdale. That's the draw for the third round of the FA Cup. I'm going to hand you back to Future Mark, who's going to show you how that fits into the schedule. And thank you to Past Mark for that draw. And yes, as you can see, we come down here now. Blackpool in there on the 9th of February. FA Cup third round tie. And let's hope for a better result than when we played them at... is it? I'm trying to think. It's Bloomfield Road, isn't it? That they play. And that 2-0 loss. But we did change our formation. And this other formation seems to be the one we're sticking with. While we're on this screen, you'll see we've played one game since you were last with us. That game against Luton Town at home, and it's a 3-0 win. Nathan Fraser. I'm not sure. I've not had him in the sides just recently, and I think we've sat him out. Not sat him on the bench. We've sat him out of the team, brought him back in. And because obviously the closeness of the games meant that we had tired legs and things, so we changed it up a little bit, brought Nathan Fraser in to lead the attack, and he's obliged by scoring 3 goals for us. Have a closer look at this game. We had 16 shots, 7 on target, 2.71, 57% of the possession. Once again, in command, they had 7 shots, 3 on target, 0.90, 43% of the possession. But Nathan Fraser having a great game. James Tilley having a good game as well. And a number of others, of course, especially in that defensive slot. Romain Mundell coming on as a substitute, doing very well. And also Gary McDonald just filling in gaps because of, as I say, tired legs and what have you. But Nathan Fraser, 15-35, and then rounded it off, his hat-trick on 85 minutes after missing a couple of other chances along the route. But he got there eventually, and we're very happy with those 3 goals. So that sets us up quite nicely because this is how the table looks going into this next round of games. Norwich are still top on 48 points, 7 points clear of Southampton in second. And then Blackburn have a game in hand. They are lying in third place. And then come today's opponents, first opponents anyway, Brentford. They are in 4th place on 38 points. They've won 2 of their last 5, drawn 1 and lost 2. So they're in a mixed form, shall we say. West Brom, probably the best form of everybody at the minute. 5 straight wins, and they're on 5th place on 37 points. And then comes Sunderland also on 37. Sheffield United on 36. Coventry on 36. Reading are 9th on 36. And we're tucked in behind them on 35 points along with Middlesbrough and Watford. But we have a slightly superior goal difference at the moment. We do have a game in hand over this immediate bunch in front of us. And if we were to win that, would take us up to 38 points. Would actually launch us up here somewhere. I'm thinking about 7th place. Given the fact that these two have got a game in hand, and you have to work on, especially West Brom at the moment, you have to work on the pretext that they're going to win those games. And on that basis, we would probably settle in on 7th place as it is at the moment if we were to win that game in hand. That's how it sits. Middlesbrough, of course, also got that game in hand as well. But looking okay. And Luton, Sheffield Wednesday and Swansea are the 3 teams in the drop zone as it stands at the moment. Not a lot else to tell you, I don't think, right at the moment. Transfer-wise, don't think there's anything been happening. No, I don't think there is. So what we'll do is we'll get on with the episode. Brentford, we haven't played before. We play them on the last day of the season as well at their place. But today it's at our place, as I say. Brentford in 4th place currently. And we'll see if we can catch them today and have a good win. And then it's a game against Bristol City. But we'll look at that one in just a moment. But let's get underway then and have a look at the team that will face Brentford. And this is the team that will face Brentford in this Sky Bet Championship game, halfway point of the season. And it's Gunter in goal, Bridge, Sass Davis and Lewis as our defensive three, Burrows and Tomlinson as the wide players, and May and Samek sat between them. And then we have Tilly and Duddyzak sat behind Fraser, who scored that hat-trick in the last game. Thomas, Williams, McDonald, King, Richards, Fletcher and Omatoy make up the bench. And here's how the two sides face up, playing our flat back 3 formation. Roberto Martinez is the manager, and they're playing a 4-2-3-1. Brentford currently 4th with 38 points, and we are in 10th with 35 points. Confirmation of the two teams for you. And our first highlight, 41 minutes in, it's a throw-in by Brentford, and it's been defended. Duddyzak had picked up a knock early in the game, but he's still on. Well won by, who was that out there? That was well won by Joe Lewis. Got it through to Sass Davis. Sass Davis has Samek. May goes out wide to Tomlinson. Tomlinson crosses in for Fraser. Fraser, just one touch too many, and I think he was offside. Sanchez with the free kick. And we've got the ball back. Samek, Duddyzak, Lewis, Tomlinson. Tomlinson through to Duddyzak. Duddyzak has a go, and the goalkeeper. It's hit the post, actually. I thought the goalkeeper pushed it. No more highlights in that first half. We did have a couple of highlights in the end, which was good news. But it's pretty even Stevens at half-time. 7 shots, 3 on target for both of us. We've got slightly better XG on 0.66 and 57% of the possession. Brentford on 43% of the possession and 0.15 on the XG. Even Stevens at half-time then. But we are playing the 4th best team in the league so far. Let's see how we get on in the second half. And we have to make an enforced change at half-time. Taylor Richards comes on for Harrison Duddyzak, who has picked up that potential foot injury. Let's hope it's not too bad. We will find out in due course. And a corner for Brentford. First highlight of the second half. 59 minutes on the clock, and it's gone in. And he's just come on, Yarmolik. And we've been undone by a set piece. A long ball to the far post, and Yarmolik was there. Lewis marking him, and he rose above him and plants it in the back of the net. We got to come from behind. And with 61 minutes on the clock, we're making a double change, and it's both in attack, and we've gone attacking to try and pull this back. We have taken off James Tilley, who wasn't having a particularly good game. Ashley Fletcher comes on for him, and Nathan Fraser, despite scoring 3 goals in the last game, wasn't having any joy up front. And Omatoy has come on and is playing up front now. Let's see if we can get through and get our foot back in this game. And with 72 minutes on the clock, we've taken off Daniel Samek, who is getting tired, and we've brought on Eli King. And with 87 minutes on the clock, still not finding a way through, and no highlights in this second half yet. which is really annoying. But Joe Tomlinson has picked up an injury as well, an upper body injury. I'm not sure what that is, but he is hampered by it. And we have a number of players that are tired, but we've really got to try and stop him from being out for too long. So McDonald replaces him on that right wing back position. And no highlights, I don't think, in that second half at all. And we've been outdone by Brentford side that are obviously on good form. Their goalkeeper obviously doing very well. We have 14 shots, 6 of which were on target. But Robert Sanchez keeping them out, albeit though we didn't see highlights of those. 60% of the possession, we should have really won this game. 1.16 on the XG. But it looks like Robert Sanchez stopped us getting through. He's got a Player of the Match award, and we just weren't quite good enough to find that way through today. And we go to a defeat. Let's have a look and see what that does to the table. Well, unfortunately, that loss to Brentford. Brentford climbing up into third place behind Southampton and Norwich. We've dropped down to 12th place on 35 points. Sheffield and Reading just above us. And I mean, it's not end of the world. We've just come unstuck today a little bit. And the other scores, I see Bristol City losing to Sheffield Wednesday. Bristol City slipping down the table. We'll play them next. Luton Town losing 6-3 to Middlesbrough as well, and that's with a new manager. So interesting to see how we go, but that's how it ends today. We are in 12th, and I guess at the start of the season we'd have been quite happy with that. And it's time for a bit of good news, bad news. The good news is Joe Tomlinson, he's bruised his ribs, and he's going to be out for 1 to 3 days. We have 7 days down to the next match, so he will be fine. The bad news is Harrison Dudizak. He has damaged his foot, and he's going to be out for 2 to 3 weeks. So he joins Joe Tomlinson with bruised ribs, and Hakeem Odofin, who's out for a couple of days. Both those should be back. So we will just be Harrison Dudizak down for the next game. Well, it's a full round of games here in the Championship as we meet the halfway stage of the season. Well, it is for us. Pretty much all the other sides have played 23 games. You will notice there are only 2 sides that have played 22, which means that we've got a game coming up on Tuesday night against Middlesbrough. That is our game in hand. We're not going to play that off camera, but that becomes quite an important game now if we are to climb the table a little bit. Need a win today, though, and that's what we're focusing on. So it's a game against Bristol City at Ashton Gate. We've played them in this series 4 times to date, twice in League One, once in the trophy quarter-final, where we beat them 2-0. That 3 games at Edgeley Park, or at home anyway. I think it has been at Edgeley Park. Only played them the once at Ashton Gate, beat them 3-2 on that occasion. Goals from Lewis Walker, 2 from Lewis Walker and 1 from James Tilley on that occasion, giving us a 2-goal lead. And then they got back in it on 56 minutes. Lewis Walker adding a second on 62, and then Diggen scoring after a 65, which is how that ended up 3-2. We have a number of players out today. Harrison Dudizak out with a damaged foot. Callum Scanlon is out with the flu. They have Diagana out with a hernia, and Christoph Clausen out with a sprained knee ligament. Without any more to do, let's go and have a look at the team that will face Bristol City. And this is the side that faced Bristol City at Ashton Gate in this Sky Bet Championship game. Match day 23 for us. And it's Gunter in goal. Gamble, Bridge and Lewis make up the back 3. Burrows, King, Samek and Odofin are the midfield. With Burrows and Odofin, the wide players, as the wing backs. And then King and Samek between them. Mundell and Richards are the attacking midfield sat behind Fraser up front, and he gets a second chance today. If he doesn't produce today, then he could be on his way back out of the side again. Thomas, Williams, McDonald, Pedder, Tilley, May and Omatoy make up the bench. And this is how the two sides line up. They're playing a 4-2-3-1. Slaven Bilic is the manager. And we're sticking with our formation. Flat back three, two wing backs. Bristol City down in 18th with 25 points. We are 12th with 35 points. Confirmation of the teams as they come out onto the pitch. First highlight, 20 minutes in, it is a corner from Bristol City and a penalty. Not quite sure what happened there. And we haven't done it for a while, but we're going to go back and have a look because, seriously, here's the corner coming in. Buckley with the corner. Swung in. And the linesman's got his arm up. Something was seen there. Silva is pushed by Bridge. Apparently, Mungo Bridge pushing Silva. Can Gunter be a hero? Come on. From Masango. Oh no, Masango sends him the wrong way. And it's 1-0 to Bristol City after 20 minutes. And we have a highlight late on. Lewis winning that ball. Bridge, Mundell, King, Gamble. Gamble goes out wide. Burrows has picked up a knock. They're trying to nurse him through to half time. And what's happened there? Do we have a penalty? No. And half time comes. And it's pretty even. Stevens again. We've had 5 shots, 1 on target. Bristol City have had 5 shots, 1 on target. 1.26 on the XG against our 0.72. They've had slightly more of the possession, though, than we have, as you would expect them to do as a home team. We just need to find a way through in the second half. I think that's about the bottom of it. Burrows, the top player on our side, 7.2, and it's a shame he's picked up a knock. Taylor Richards not having a good game. And once again, an enforced change at half-time. Harrison Burrows is off and Harry Williams is on. We've moved Lewis to the libero in the centre of that defence. Williams moves to the right. A Gamble on the left. Bridge moves out to the wing-back. It's not his favoured position, but that's where he's going to play, as we don't have any other wing-backs on the bench for this one. So that causes a little bit of a problem. Just one other thing to mention is both Taylor Richards and Nathan Fraser will get 15 minutes in the second half to butt their ideas up. Otherwise, I think we can see some more changes around the 60-minute mark. Highlight, 51 minutes in. We have a free kick. Adofin with the free kick. And he's put it away. His first goal of the season. And Adofin gets us back level after 52. And it's probably no more than we deserve, to be fair. And it was pretty even Stevens at half-time. Adofin finds the top corner. Lovely free kick. And with 61 minutes on the clock, we're making 2 more changes as threatened a little bit earlier. No marked improvement in Taylor Richards or Nathan Fraser. Both of them have come off. And I think Nathan Fraser's back out of the side again. Taylor Richards also tiring. And we've brought on James Tilley in that attacking midfield role. And Omatoy takes the place of Nathan Fraser up top. And with 67, nearly 68 minutes on the clock, we've got another change to make and another enforced one. Eli King has picked up a foot injury. Seems to be having a little bit of spate of injuries right now, which is not good. Eli King, who was playing quite well, quite happy in that centre of midfield, giving Adam May a rest. But Adam May has to step in, and he's come in place of the injured Eli King. Hopefully, that's all the injuries we're going to pick up in this game. We need to look. We have one more opportunity for change, and we'll see how the game progresses. Throw in on the far side. Bridge to Tilly. Tilly, who's come on. Of course, Gamble. Lewis. Gamble. Gamble tries to thread that through, but the Bristol City defence in good fettle. Gamble wins that ball. Tilly. Tilly comes forward. Looking quite good. May, who's already picked up a yellow card, finds Mundle. Mundle! He scored his first goal of the season, and Romain Mundle gets us a lead after 78 minutes. And, well, Tilly again in the four of that. May, lovely through ball to Mundle. Mundle chests it down, hits it on the volley. A bit of luck there as well. Question of offside. As that ball comes in. No, he was onside. Defender there playing him on. Free kick from Lewis to Samek. Samek finds Omatoy. Omatoy looking for Mundle again, but didn't quite. The defender on the right wavelength this time. And we've got to watch it. Bristol City coming forward now. Mometti, who's come on for Bristol City. He's allowing him to run. Block him off. Block him off. Oh, he's crossed it into the area, and not quite sure what's gone on. It's a goal. And it's 2-2. They get back on level terms after 80 minutes. Player ducking in the middle. And didn't really force him or tackle him or do anything to him. Samek should have really stopped him from getting across. Silva there. Heads it to Masui. And with 80 minutes on the clock, we're making a final change, and it's Hakeem Odofin who scored from the free kick to get us back in the game. He's come off. He's had a good game, but he's getting tired, and Gary McDonald replaces him as the wide wing-back. And no more highlights, and it's another game we probably should have won. 2 points dropped, I would say. 11 shots, 4 of which have been on target, 1.08, 45% of the possession. They had 10 shots, 5 on target. Pretty evens, 2.01, 55% of the possession. And, well, it wasn't to be our day, and we've picked up a couple of other injuries as well. We didn't play particularly well as a team. Omatoy coming on and really not doing anything up front. We're lacking that firepower up front, really, and it looks like Fletcher might get a start next time out. Well, by virtue of a loss and a draw in this episode, we've slipped down to 13th place, 36 points. We're 19 points clear of Birmingham in the relegation zone, so I'm not overly concerned about that, but our closing in on the playoff places has sort of taken a bit of a knock. Given what else has gone on, looking at the other scores around here, to be honest, with the other teams doing what they're doing around us, had we got the 6 points out of today's episode, we'd have been on 42 points. We would have been up around 4th or 5th in the playoff spots. So we can take that as a little bit of a knock. The fact that we are only 3 points off of the playoff places, having had a not particularly good episode, just tells you a bit of a story of what's been going on around us, which is a bit disappointing. And hopefully we can pick up a little bit of form again very, very soon. Well, there's good news and there's good news. Eli King, he's only going to be out for a couple of days with that knock, that bruised ankle. So that's good news. And Harrison Burrows only out for 3 days. So he will only be out for a couple of days as well. So Good news on the front there. Our little injury crisis hasn't grown any, and we should be having Duddy-Zack and Scanlon back in the near future as well. But of course, we've got that game against Middlesbrough coming up all before then. All right, we are going to take a little bit of a break. We're going to come back. Middlesbrough, Reading and Millwall, we're going to play offline. We're going to come back for Blackburn and an FA Cup third round tie against Blackpool. Let's hope we can get a better result than we did against Blackpool the last time we went to Broomfield Road. Yeah, let's hope so. And we'll see in the next episode whether that is the case. So you'll be coming back at the start of January. And of course, the other thing that will be happening around about then is it will be transfer window time. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button. That keeps you up to date with all future episodes of To Be a Legend and our other series, Making Chelsea Stand Proud. And of course, once that's finished, a new series. And it just lets you know when everything is released and so on and so forth. If you want to keep up in general what's happening on this channel, especially with FM24 looming on the horizon, then you need to follow me on Twitter at JustOffsideTF. New episodes of To Be a Legend released every Monday and Thursday at 4:15 p.m. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It'll be episode 76, and it's out on Thursday. Until then, have a good week. Bye-bye.